Good morning, students. Yesterday we have completed about the conductance, specific conductance, equivalent conductance, and molar conductance, and you have come across the relations and derivation of equations related to conductance, specific conductance, equivalent conductance, and molar conductance. Today we are going to discuss or study about how to determine or how to calculate conductance, specific conductance, and molar conductance, equivalent conductance. The working principle of Wheatstone bridge. If you look at the Wheatstone bridge, there are four resistors R1, R2, R3, and R4. R4 is nothing but it is denoted with Rx. R1 and R2 are connected in series. R3, R4 or Rx are connected in series. They are separated with a junction with galvanometer. As you know, the conductance is the reciprocal of resistance, and its value is usually obtained by determining the electrical resistance of the solution. The resistance in turn can be determined by the principle of Wheatstone bridge method. Wheatstone bridge method consists of four arms containing that resistances R1, R2, R3 and unknown Rx. The resistances R1 and R2 are fixed and R3 is variable resistance and Rx is unknown resistance. A small voltage is applied across points PR and the resistance R3 is varied until the null point obtained that there is no deflections in galvanometer. Galvanometer connected across the points Q and S, then thus knowing the values of R1, R2 and R3, the value of R can be determined. The conductance of unknown solution is placed in a special type of cell so that solution is present between the two electrodes. Such cells are known as conductivity cells. Conductivity cells are made up of Pyrex glass kind fitted with two stout platinum electrodes. The electrodes are coated with platinum black or finely platinum to decrease the polarization effect. These are connected to platinum wires which are sealed in two glass tubes. The tubes are primarily fixed it in an ebonite cover so that the distance between the electrodes is not altered during the experiment. The electrodes are connected to the circuit by dipping copper wires of the circuit in mercury placed in a glass tubes. Since the conduction increases rapidly with the rising temperature, it is necessary to keep the temperature of the solution constant throughout experiment. Thus, the conductivity cell containing the solution is placed in a thermostat at or in water bath. For the measurement of resistance, if direct current is used, it causes electrolysis of the solution along the conduction of current. Electrolysis turn leads to polarization effects due to changing in the concentration of the electrolyte at the electrodes. That is, back EMF is set up. In case the electrolysis products are gases, their presence near the electrodes increases the resistance of the solution. These problems can be overcome if alternating current frequency 500 to 2000 cycles per second is used to show that polarization produced by one half of the wave is neutralized by the due to other half of the wave. An induction coil or vacuum tube oscillator is used as a suitable AC generator. Since under these conditions galvanometer fails to detect the null point, it is replaced by earphone Add Magic Eye. A buzzing sound is produced in the earphone whose intensity reduces to minimum at the balance point. Also, for the accurate results, water used to for preparing electrolyte solution should be absolutely pure, which has no conductance due to dissolved impurities. Such form of water is known as conductivity water and prepared by distilling a good quality of distilled water for at least 2 times. Experimental arrangement for determining the resistance. You can see the diagram, determination of conductance, specific conductance, molar conductance and equivalent conductance. You can, so here we are going to determine the first resistance of the solution. With that we are going to determine specific conductance, equivalent conductance and molar conductance. You can see in the diagram AB is a uniform wire made up of platinum indium alloy tightly stretched over a meter scale graduated in millimeters. A sliding contract, that is the jockey J, moves along this wire. I is the induction coil which produces the alternating current. RB is the resistance box and T is the telephone earphone to detect the current. volume is Cc. The conductivity cell containing the solution whose resistance is to be measured, it is placed in thermostat for maintaining constant temperature. When the current is flowing, a known resistance R is taken out from the resistance box. The jockey J is then moved along the wire AB until a point of minimum sound in the earphone is detected at point D. If X is the resistance of the solution, then according to Wheaton bridge principle, resistance of the solution by resistance R is equal to resistance of wire AD by resistance of wire BD is equal to length of AD, length of BD. Since wire is uniform material and thickness, therefore the resistance of the solution is equal to resistance into length of AD by length of BD. Since R is known, the length AD and BD can be read from the scale fixed below the wire. The resistance X of the solution can be calculated. Further, since the conductance is reciprocal of resistance, conductance of the solution can be calculated by the equation as follows. Conductance C is equal to 1 by X. 1 by X is nothing but X is the resistance. Just now you have calculated with the help of experiment the reciprocal of resistance into length of BD and length of AD. Okay. Now determination of electrolytic conductivity or specific conductivity. We know that specific conductance is related to the conductance lambda is equal to K into 1000 by C. K is known as kappa or specific conductance. So here electrolytic conductance is equal to specific conductance into 1000 by C. Here C is the concentration. Okay, but the actual practice electrodes are not 1 centimeter apart and area of cross section is 1 centimeter square. Hence, conductance and specific conductance are not equal. However, the factor L by A is a constant for a given conductivity cell and is known as cell constant. It is expressed in centimeter universe. L by A is equal to constant. From the above equation we can write specific conductance is equal to observed conductance into cell constant. Cell constant is equal to specific conductance by observed conductance. From the evaluation, it is clear that cell constant of can be determined measuring the conductance of the solution whose specific conductance is already known. Thus, knowing the values of cell constant and conductance of the solution. Specific conductance or electrolytic conductivity can be measured with the help of the equation as follows. Specific conductance is equal to observed conductance into cell constant. Determination of equivalent conductance. Equivalent conductance of solution can be determined from specific conductance into volume. Specific conductance is equal to equivalent conductance is equal to specific conductance into volume of the solution. The volume of the solution containing 1 gram equivalent of the substance. The value of V can be determined if the normality of the solution is known. For example, 5 normal solution indicates that 5 gram equivalent of the substance dissolved in 1 liter or 1000 cc. Therefore, volume containing 1 gram of equivalent will be 1000 by 5 is equal to 200 cc. In general, normality of solution is expressed number of gram equivalents present in 1 liter solution or 1000 ml. Equivalent conductance is nothing but volume of the solution which contain 1 gram equivalent. That is known as equivalent conductance. The conductance of the solution depends on the presence of ions in the solution. So the greater the number of ions in a solution, greater will be its conductance. Further, we know that dissociation of an electrolyte increases with dilution. The conductance of the solution should also increase on dilution. However, this is true for equivalent and molar conductance, but not for specific conductance. That is, the equivalent and molar conductances of a solution increase with dilution, whereas specific conductance of a solution decreases with dilution. On dilution, the specific conductance of a solution decreases due to the number of ions present per centimeter cube of the solution becomes less. Thus, the total number of ions increases with dilution, the number of ions per unit volume of the solution goes on decreases with increasing of dilution. This is because increase in the number of ions on dilution is much less than increase in the volume of the solution. The equivalent and molar conductance increase as the dilution increases. As per the definition, they are given by following equation. Equivalent conductance is equal to specific conductance into volume of the solution. Here, concentration is measured in normality. Molar conductance is equal to specific conductance into volume of the solution. Here, concentration is measured in molarity. Hence, the volume of the solution containing 1 gram equivalent or 1 mole of the substance goes on decreasing with dilution, leading to increase in equivalent and molar conductivities. However, it is important to note that the effect of decreased specific conductance on dilution is less than the effect produced by the increased volume, because increase in number of the ions on dilution is much less than increase in the volume of the solution. Also, it can be seen that the equivalent conductivity and molar conductance increases with increase dilution and acquires maximum constant value at finite dilution. Because at this dilution, the electrolyte dissociates completely, that is 100% dissociation occurs. The limiting value of equivalent and molar conductance at finite dilution is represented by lambda infinitive, mu infinitive respectively. At zero concentration, they are represented as lambda 0 or mu 0 respectively. The degree of dissociation is the ratio of equivalent conductance to dilution volume to the equivalent conductance at the finite dilution. Degree of dissociation is equal to alpha equivalent conductance of the solution at given volume by equivalent conductance of the solution at finite dilution. Then, when the dissociation is complete, 100% ionization is taking place, then alpha is equal to 1. Equivalent conductance of the solution and finite conductance of the solution is equal at 100% ionization. In other words, at infinite dilution, the electrolyte completely dissociates